Welcome to a night of Lackawanna College basketball. And tonight from the historic Student Union Gym here in Scranton, Pennsylvania, we have a doubleheader for you coming up here in Game 1. It's an NJCAA Region 19 battle as the women of Lackawanna College will take on the Harcum Bears. And coming up in Game 2, we have men's action for you as the Lackawanna College men will take on the Dundalk Lions. That will be Game 2 tonight here about 7 o'clock. Alongside Tom Ferguson, I'm Steve Young. Glad you can join us for all of the action here on the LC Fan Network as Lackawanna will bring an overall mark of 7-7 into this ball game, a conference record of 3-3. And for Harcum overall, they are 11-9 and 3-2 in conference play. They have won their last 3 ball games. And Tom, when you take a look at some of the numbers in that last ball game for Harcum against Hagerstown, they did not shoot well from the field.
No, they didn't shoot well, but that hasn't really been their calling card so far this year. But what Harcum has been able to do, especially in the second half of the season, has been grind out wins. You know, they were 4-8, I believe, at one point, and they've won 6 of their last 7, have the Lady Bears. And they have managed to do that. They've got decent size. They had 19 offensive rebounds, 14 steals as a team. So they play pretty good defense. They're pretty big on the inside, so they like to move the ball around. Despite not shooting well, they're a tough team to play against, and it always seems to be a battle, especially between Lackawanna and Harcum. And I think even more so, they're not quite as I don't think anybody's really as talented as Union is, but we might see a similar game in that Lackawanna is really going to be up against it from a size disadvantage.
Well, when you take a look at the lineups for both ball clubs, they've been pretty solid throughout the year, basically the same starting 5 for both ball clubs when you look at the roster.
Yeah, and Courtney Turner is the one to look out for as far as Harcum is concerned. 12.2 points per game. 54% of her shots this season she's knocked down. Also a good free throw shooter, and she leads the team in rebounding, 11.5 per game, including over 5 offensive rebounds per game. So she finds a way to make it happen. She's averaging just shy of 16 points per game and 14.5 rebounds per game in her last 5 contests. So she's really turned it on here in the second half. They're pretty balanced. They've got a couple different players scoring in double figures this Harcum. They just don't score a ton of points overall as a team. Meanwhile, Lackawanna coming into the contest, they have a little momentum, and they just have not been able to keep that momentum throughout the season. But they get a win down at Raritan Valley. Was a tough game, had a good fourth quarter to come away with the victory. Can they get a little mo? Can they get another big region win and put a string of wins together here towards the end of the season?
Yeah, these are the games that you want to win, the Region 19 matchups.
Exactly, and this is the first time they're facing Harcum this season. You know, they lost their first game, or they didn't get a chance to play their first game against them. They're going to have to wait until the end of the season for that one, but it's a first look at Harcum, but it's going to be a big opportunity here for the Falcons to try to get 2 region wins in a row, and you have to start thinking about where you're going to be in playoff positioning for the Region 19 tournament.
Now let's get set for Lackawanna College basketball, and we'll turn things over to the voice of Lackawanna College for your starting lineups. Here he is, Mike Rickard.
Fans, coaches, and players, the National Junior College Athletic Association Region 19 and Lackawanna College is committed to ideals of good sportsmanship, safety, and fair play. We ask all fans, coaches, and players to show respect for the opposing team, game officials, and each other before, during, and after tonight's games. Persons throwing objects or participating in other acts in conflict with sportsmanship, safety, and fair play are subject to prosecution. Lackawanna College is also committed to the health and safety of all athletes, staff, and spectators. Lackawanna College requires all spectators to wear a mask while in attendance for tonight's game, regardless of their vaccination status. Those not in compliance with Lackawanna College's mask policy will be asked to leave the gymnasium. Thank you for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to please rise and remove your caps as we honor the United States of America and the men and women who serve to protect it with the playing of our national anthem. Welcome to Lackawanna College and to the historic Lackawanna College Student Union Gymnasium for tonight's NJCA women's basketball matchup featuring the Harcum Bears and your Lackawanna College Lady Falcons. Now for your starting lineups. First for the Harcum Bears. At guard, freshman number 0, Jasmine Jeffries. At guard, freshman number 1, Karen Purchase. At guard, freshman number 3, Alyssa Herder. At forward, sophomore number 12, Courtney Turner. And the sophomore guard, number 14, Jayla Atkins. Head coach of the Bears is Riley May. And now the starting lineups for your Lackawanna College Lady Falcons. At guard, sophomore from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, number 1, Nia Morris. At guard, sophomore from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, number 2, Ashante Amos. At guard, sophomore from Darby Township, Pennsylvania, number 3, Gabby Jackson. At forward, sophomore from Massillon, Ohio, number 11, Makia Dooley. And at forward, sophomore from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, number 14, Deja Cromartie. Head coach of the Lady Falcons is Joya Whittington. She is assisted by Colleen Walsh and Monica Spence.
Well, there's nothing more exciting than the pregame festivities led by the voice of Lackawanna College, Mike Rickard. And we are set for basketball in this NJC AA Region 19 matchup, the Lackawanna Falcons and the Harcum Bears here on the LC Fan Network. Great to have you with us tonight. Nasty night in northeastern Pennsylvania. Hope you're sitting back and relaxing and enjoy a great ball game between these clubs. Overall, as we mentioned, Lackawanna at 7-7, Harcum at 11-9, and here we go. At center court, Deja Cromartie and Courtney Turner for Harcum. And we're just about set for the tip-off here on the LC Fan Network. And this tip will be controlled. It was off the fingertips of Harcum, and Lackawanna will inbound the basketball. So on the opening possession, tip goes out of bounds, touched by Harcum, and here come the Falcons, led by Gabby Jackson. Nia Morris on a drive lost the basketball. Now here come the Harcum Bears in transition, and it will be Corinne Purchase to run the offense. And on a drive to the basket, Herder gives it up. Open look by Courtney Turner, off the mark. Herder battling for the ball, knocked away by Lackawanna, and the Harcum Bears will put the ball in play.
Boy, it's going to be so important for Lackawanna College to box out, get good positioning here against the Bears. You can already see the size advantage out on the floor.
Courtney Turner dishing off, and with the basketball, Purchase gave it up. Turner gives it up near side. Atkins, good movement in the offense. Yeah. Jeffries on a drive to the basket, short. Morris with the rebound. Here she comes in transition. Morris looking for Jackson, tipped away, and some good defense right there by the Bears.
Yeah, that was great offense by them initially. That was a nice drive by Jeffries, just couldn't finish at the rim, and then the other end, again, good hustle to get back and play defense.
Amos to inbound for Lackawanna. Having some trouble, they finally get the basketball into Morris, and now they will set things up as we are scoreless with a minute gone by here in the first. Gabby Jackson. Amos driving, open, scores. And Lackawanna takes the first lead of the night, 2-0.
Things kind of open up for Ashanti with that right hand, and she goes off the glass and gets the Falcons on the board quickly.
Now Harcum will set it up with Corinne Purchase. Matched up against Gabby Jackson. Purchase looking to give it up, and Morris will bring the ball the length of the court. She'll now back away from pressure, and they'll kick it outside and reset it with a 2-0 lead as Amos launches the three. Morris with the rebound, and they'll bring it back outside with plenty of time on the shot clock.
Got a good look with Amos there at the rim. Instead, they'll grab the rebound, try to go back out quickly here.
Amos on a drive, scores off the glass, and Lackawanna has a 4-0 advantage.
Naya's so good at that take.
Now Harcum facing pressure, and there is a foul as Alyssa Herder was bringing the ball across midcourt and turns it over.
Yeah, 10-second violation there. Called against the Bears. Good defense from the Falcons initially here.
So the turnover by Harcum as they trail 4-0. And now Lackawanna will work it around the perimeter. Nia Morris driving the baseline, puts on the brakes. Nice move, couldn't finish. Rebounded by Harcum. In transition, there they go coast to coast as Jeffries will give it up. And on a drive to the basket, that was Jayla Atkins, and a whistle.
I think they're going to get Dooley on her first. You know, Atkins and Herder do such a nice job. They're kind of interchangeable players for Harcum. They both provide like just over 6 points a game. They're both around the same amount of rebounds as well. They're good physical players to help the Bears out on the inside.
Free throw by Harcum, and Jayla Atkins is good, and Bears are on the scoreboard with 7:36 remaining here in this first quarter. As Jayla Atkins missed the second shot, Amos has the rebound, and here come the Falcons up 4-1. Gabby Jackson matched up against Herder, and a whistle.
Purchase call for the push there.
And with 7:26 to play in this first quarter, Lackawanna will inbound the basketball. And they work it into Jackson, and Jackson with the left-hand dribble. Dishes off. Morris with the nice move. A lot of dribbling. They have to kick it back outside. 8 to shoot. Amos, 7 on the shot clock, and they lose it. Yeah, a little bit out of control on that play, Tom.
You know, Amos actually had a nice take, but she thought Morris stayed wide as opposed to pinching inside, and the pass was too long. So a little miscommunication there between Ashante and Naya.
Corinne Purchase had the ball kicked by Jackson, and that will force Harcum to inbound the basketball. Lackawanna, your leader, 4-1. As Alyssa Herder, 5'10 freshman, will look to inbound. Purchase will take control. And Purchase drives. Nice move. Couldn't finish. Came up a little bit short. And Dooley has it for Lackawanna. In transition, it is Amos giving it up. Nia Morris on a drive, forces it up, and a foul. Basket's good.
Not much Jeffries could do there.
Yeah.
She was straight up, and Morris just barreled right in.
She just took control.
And was able to score there.
Nia Morris is on the stripe for the Falcons, a 72% free throw shooter, converting on 36 of 50 attempts this year, and converts. As a team, Lackawanna shooting at 61%.
Nia averaging 21 a game almost here for the Falcons.
Falcons up 7-1, going to the rack. Atkins looking to dish off, knocked away.
Good hustle. That's great hustle by Nia Morris there. The press was broken. It was a 2-on-1. Atkins probably should have went high instead of low, and Morris was there to knock it free.
On a drive, that was Purchase putting it up. She got her own rebound and then stepped out of bounds. Well, Corinne Purchase, when you watch her play, she is always hustling.
Yep. Well, that's twice now that she's been able to get in to the Falcon, the heart of the Falcon defense relatively easily. If I'm Coach Whittington, I'm not exactly thrilled with that defense there. It's twice she's been able to knife in, just hasn't been able to score.
Falcons have the lead and the basketball as Amos will pivot and look for help. Gabby Jackson will take control. Jackson on the drive along the baseline, kicks it outside. Morris with 7 to shoot. Ball tipped, and driving is Amos, giving it up. Baseline shot is good by Deja Cromartie, and the Falcons lead it 9-1.
Nice little leak out by Cromartie there, able to hit the short corner, and Amos found her for the bucket.
Herder and Atkins, along with Purchase, to run the offense for the Harcum Bears, who have won their last 3 games, as Corinne Purchase will survey the defense of the Falcons. They look inside. Herder posting up off the glass. Didn't get the bounce. Rebound goes to Lackawanna. Gabby Jackson now to set it up. Jackson looks to drive in traffic with the left hand. Air ball, and the Harcum Bears have it. And here they come in transition, down 9-1 as we near 5 to play, first quarter. Driving, and the shot off the mark, and underneath, muscling up the shot was Courtney Turner, and she draws the foul.
And again, that's where offensive rebounds are such a big deal, as they're going to get Cromartie on the personal, her first, team second.
Well, Courtney Turner will go to the charity stripe for the Harcum Bears. They are averaging 66 a ball game while allowing 60. Coached by Riley May.
Looks like Macy Brackett's going to check into the game for Harcum for her first action.
She is a 5'9" freshman guard, and free throw is good by Turner.
Brackett has played exclusively in the spring semester and has been a big help and a big reason why they've won 6 out of their last 7.
And the 5'10" sophomore Courtney Turner, averaging 12 a ball game, converts. And it's 9-3.
She's also a big reason why they've won 6 out of their last 7. She's been great.
Now Gabby Jackson, coast to coast, tried to go up with the basketball and had it knocked away. And in transition, it's Jasmine Jeffries matched up with Gabby Jackson. Great battle right there. As Jeffries will look to drive, she kicks it outside, and a traveling violation is called on Macy Brackett.
Shuffling the feet there. Now Brackett, I saw her before the game. She was originally slated to start, but she was running on the baseline in front of the trainers. So maybe there was something wrong. Looked like she had a little hitch in her giddy up. So we'll keep an eye on that as the game goes on.
Morris puts it up off the glass on the run. No, and it's one and done for Lackawanna, leading 9-3 with 4.5 to play in the first quarter.
Yeah, I'd like to see them work more out of the half court. I think that works better for them right now against this defense anyway.
Herder bounce passing. It's picked off by Morris. And here come the Falcons on the fast break. They give it up to Torres, and she'll launch an air ball, and firing it back up underneath is Jay Lewis, and then it is off the mark by Torres, and it will be Nia Morris for the bucket. And we have a break in the action with 4:06 to play in the first. Falcons lead at 11-3 on the LC Fan Network.
At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world, but we will change how you think, how you attack problems and overcome limitations, how you push yourself to turn challenges into opportunities. It's an experience that'll change your life, and maybe then you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Welcome back to Lackawanna College alongside Tom Ferguson, Steve Young. Great to have you with us. 4:06 to play in this first quarter, and the Falcons out to an 11-3 advantage over the Harcum Bears.
And how about the Falcons were the ones getting the rebounds on that last possession?
Yeah, how about that?
Not exactly something we expected to see, but a great hustle all around, and they're able to put it up and in with Nia Morris there at the end.
And they'll face a little bit of pressure right here. by Lackawanna.
That's
And
blocked.
going to the basket in transition was Elizabeth Asalaja, and she turns it over on a traveling violation.
Yeah, that was looked a little funky there. It took a couple extra steps for the Bears, and they're just a little out of sorts right now.
Gabby Jackson quickly across midcourt. Nia Morris. Crossover dribble, gives it up, and ball was knocked away. Lackawanna will have the possession. As Nia Morris will, well, I thought Nia Morris was going to be the one to inbound the basketball along the baseline, but now I think it will be Torres to come to the near side and inbound. And Cromartie takes control, and Gabby Jackson now will survey the defense of Harcum. Gabby driving, and there's a foul.
Jasmine Jeffries called for her second on the push there. That is the third team foul, so Harcum something to keep track of there. Don't want to get too far into foul trouble with your guards. I don't think Harcum's terribly deep as it is, so.
Well, Jeffries will check out, and Corinne Purchase checks back into the Harcum lineup. Torres triggers the ball into Jackson. Jackson bounced it off of her foot and turns it over. (11-3). Lackawanna, your leader, with 3.5 minutes to play here in the first.
It's like Nia Jackson for Gabby Jackson, and Amos comes back into the game. Nia Morris will take a seat.
And Corinne Purchase on a strolling dribble. Take a look at the Falcon defense. Atkins driving the baseline. She'll dish off outside. She gets it back. She'll fire up the shot. A little bit too heavy. And Jay Lewis collects the carom. In transition, Lackawanna up 11-3 as Ashante Amos will take control now. Defended by Purchase. Lackawanna looking to set it up in their half-court offense as Torres will take control with 9 to shoot. Torres puts on the brakes, turnaround shot, and short. She gets her own rebound, and they'll have a new shot clock as Nia Jackson will set it up. 9 to shoot right now as Nia Jackson on the wing looking for Torres, and Lackawanna will keep it with 3 seconds on the shot clock.
Not a ton of movement there from Lackawanna on that particular possession, and not a lot of spacing either.
Right.
It's kind of what they ran into because Torres' defender was so close to the play. She was able to reach in and make that play and knock it free.
Inbound pass to Amos. Amos, blocking foul will be called on the Bears.
Wow, that's huge. Purchase called for her second as opposed to a shot clock violation there.
So that is the second personal foul on Corinne Purchase and the 4th team foul. And with Lackawanna leading 11-3 with 2:23 to play here in this first quarter, Falcons will inbound the basketball.
So now you got Jeffries and Purchase with 2 fouls apiece, your 2 big point guards.
And Lackawanna turns it over.
Jay Lewis called for an illegal screen down low. Her first, team's third, and Lackawanna has possession for probably about a minute of game time there and can't get anything out of it.
Yeah, they came up empty as Purchase drives and draws the foul. And she hit the deck pretty hard, and hopefully she's okay. Getting up very slowly behind the basket.
Yeah, you got to be careful here at the Student Union because obviously that back wall is not that far away, and that padding's there, but it's not that soft. Not a lot of room to operate underneath there.
Well, if you're on a fast break driving to the basket, there's not much margin for error on that end as Corinne Purchase will go to the free throw line. shooting at 38% this year from the stripe and converts. It's 11-4.
We've gone almost 2 minutes without anybody scoring before that one goes down.
And Purchase misses the second shot. Battle for the ball underneath this. Turner was trying to get the rebound and violation.
I think Cromartie was able to tip it off of Turner, so point to Deja there as Harcum sets into a 2-3 zone. They hadn't really done this too much yet today, so how does Lackawanna adjust to it?
Amos sets it up. Amos looking to dish off. Some good defense by Jayla Atkins to knock it away.
Well, she's got such wingspan that she's able to really cover two areas because she's trying to cover Dooley leaking out to the wing and at the same time trying to account for Morris coming to the short corner there, and just has so much space to cover, able to knock the ball free.
Yeah, she does a good job defensively, averages 6 a ball game and 6 rebounds. And now Morris to inbound. And she finds Amos. And with 8 to shoot, Gabby Jackson will back away and survey the defense. Jackson lost the basketball, and here is Purchase going to the glass and lays it in for a pair. And suddenly the Harcum Bears are on a run. They trail 11-6.
Yep, good defense from Harcum. Able to come away with that one.
Shantae Amos matched up with Purchase. And around the perimeter. Morris. And a whistle. Well, a lot of whistles in this first quarter. As Morris will go to the free throw line.
Osalaja called for the foul there. That's the 5th team foul, so that's going to put Morris on the line. Sienna Roberts is going to check in here and replace Gabby Jackson.
Morris is a great free throw shooter at 72% this year. And as Tom mentioned, averaging 20 a ball game.
Already with 7, now 8 points.
Yes, he is a very important part of this Falcon lineup. And the 5'5" sophomore will have the second free throw toss on the way. And it's all net. 13-6, the Falcons. Bryn Purchase in some traffic, gives it up, and now we'll reset the offense as we near 1 minute to play here in the first. Posting up is Turner, and they turn it over.
Called her for a walk there on the entry pass.
You know, they have some good plays as they try to set them up, but they had a lot of turnovers in this first half.
Yeah, honestly, they've got decent movement against the Falcon defense, but you're right, the turnovers and self-inflicted wounds have hurt them right now.
Roberts dishes off as Amos will fire the ball across court. Morris lines it up, and it's off the mark. Rebounded by the Harcum Bears in transition, down 13-6. Long three-pointer is good by Courtney Turner. And the lead is 4 for Lackawanna.
Her first bucket of the contest, but good run here from Harcum. Really starting to feel it, playing good defense against the Falcons. Really have no answers for the 2-3 zone.
Nia Morris lost the basketball, tipped away by Harcum. Atkins there with some pretty good defense as Morris will put the ball in play with 15 seconds on the game clock, 14 on the shot clock. Shantae Amos takes control. Roberts almost lost it, and she did. Going to the basket right there on a drive is Osalaja. Couldn't finish. 4 seconds. Here's the shot from the outside by Anaya Bond. That is good. And that will bring an end to quarter number 1 here at the Student Union at Lackawanna College, with the Falcons leading the Harcum Bears 13-11 on the LC Fan Network.
Imagine the innovator you could be tomorrow with an innovative education today from Lackawanna College. Our Level Up program puts high school students on an early college pathway for an easier college transition and faster degree attainment at a dramatically lower cost. That's why Fast Company named us one of the world's most innovative companies. With an education from Lackawanna College, imagine where you'll be tomorrow. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Some people say you can't change the world. At Lackawanna College, we believe you can. With in-demand programs like medical assistant, we help prepare you for a career in a field where you can make a difference in your life and in the lives of others. At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world. We're here to change you. So maybe you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Get started today at lackawanna.edu.
It's time for the second quarter of play in today's NJCAA Region 19 matchup between Lackawanna and Harcum, with the Falcons leading this one 13-11.
Yeah, 8-2 run to close out the first quarter there from Harcum. Really think that 2-3 zone is bothering Lackawanna College. A lot of stagnation, a lot of players kind of staying in the same spot, which is not what you want against the zone. You want people moving around. You want the zone shifting and moving and reacting. Got to try to get that ball to the middle if you can.
And on the inbound, we had a quick whistle. There we go. Put a couple of seconds back on the clock, get it reset, and here we go.
Shot clock wasn't set.
Corinne Purchase sets it up. They come near side to Atkins with the left-hand dribble. She'll set and fire, a little bit too heavy, and Amos has the rebound. And here she comes on the run. Dishing off. And on that far side, driving, Morris forced it. And Harcum has the basketball coming the other way. Well, Tom, if you're down there, you want to try to get a good shot.
Yeah.
She really had nothing there as Purchase dished off, and Morris comes out of the pack with the basketball. Here come the Falcons leading 13-11. Oh, and they throw it away.
Tried to one-arm that one. Didn't have a lot of more of a change-up than a fastball, and it lost its way and bounced on the sideline. I really think against the 2-3 zone, the Harcum's saying they don't think Cromartie, they don't think Dooley are going to hurt them on the inside. So the Falcons got to try to prove that wrong or find something else that works here.
Herder with the spin move. Oh, didn't get the roll. And it's rebounded by the Falcons, Deja Cromartie.
That was a nice move, but that was honestly good defense by Micaiah Dooley there.
Yes, it was.
Just to stick with it.
Gabby gives it up. Nia Morris taking control now. Gabby Jackson with the left hand will fire it near side. It is Amos for three. Ashante was open and knocked it down.
Well, you either have to start knocking down your three-point shots, which they're not consistent a lot of the time, the Falcons, or I think you put Morris or Dooley on the free throw line and you try to get them the ball and then let the offense flow from there.
Purchase gives it up. Asalaja looking to dish off, and a quick whistle.
Nia just picked up her first foul.
And Elizabeth Asalaja, 5'7" freshman. Good drive on that play, and then quick foul. So with the score 16-11, it will be Harcum to inbound the basketball.
Thought Asalaja was shooting on that one, but I guess they called it on the floor.
And this outside shot off the mark by Harcum, kept alive by Herder. And they look to pound the ball inside, taken away by the Falcons. Nia Morris, 1-on-2, the layup, yes. Great play coast to coast. And it's 18-11, Lackawanna your leader. Purchase down the lane, looking to dish off, ball tipped. Driving, forcing up the shot was Atkins. Asalaja tips it, Atkins gets it back. They have another opportunity.
It's good defense by Lackawanna College, and I think they want Harcum playing quickly, but the problem is Lackawanna College is a little sloppy with the basketball right now, and it's not great basketball, but it is Lackawanna College with the lead.
Asalaja, boy, I thought that was a traveling violation, and driving to the basket, firing up the shot was Jayla Atkins, and she scores a deuce. It's 18-13 as the Bears answer.
Yeah, able to roll that one in.
So Harcum hanging around right here as Lackawanna will have Dooley from the perimeter misfiring, and the rebound goes to Anaya Bond. Here comes Harcum, down by 5, 18-13. Purchase, dishes off. Atkins lines it up, too heavy. Rebound goes to Morris. Here she goes on the break. Morris firing up off the glass for 2.
In between two defenders, it doesn't matter. Nice jump stop to the right and able to fall away off the glass. Easy look for Naya on the inside.
20-13 Lackawanna as we go to a break on the LC Fan Network.
Are you looking for a new career in the great outdoors? Lackawanna College's Conservation and Natural Resource Certificate program can train you in just 15 weeks. Through 5 specialized environmental field courses, you'll be ready for a career as a state park or forest ranger, in the regional park system, or even as an environmental educator. Hands-on training is offered at more than a dozen ecologically unique locations in Northeast Pennsylvania. Enroll today at lackawanna.edu to study in Covington Township, Sunbury, or Towanda.
Welcome back to Lackawanna College with Tom Ferguson, Steve Young. Glad you can join us for all of the action here on the LC Fan Network in this NJCAA Region 19 battle. 20-13, and Lackawanna on a 7-2 run here in this second quarter.
Yep, and they're doing it. You know, Ashanti kind of got it started with the three-point shot, and then they've been able to get out and run because of their defense and get Nia Morris in transition, and she's been able to score a couple times. I still think they need to find something better that works on offense, because the moving the ball around the perimeter and skipping it back and forth, this team is too big and too long for that to work all the time.
On the drive, Osalaja couldn't finish, and there is a foul. It's called on Harcum. Alyssa Herder called for her first personal foul.
On the arm on the shot, or I should say away from the ball, going for the rebound.
And now Torres will fire it around the perimeter. Amos driving, puts on the brakes, lines it up, sets and fires, and she's got 2.
Yeah, Shante Amos with 7 now on that. That's a nice little jumper there. And with Thais Torres in the game, they're starting to put her in the middle there. I noticed they tried to put her at the center, and that's probably one of the better players you want there, someone who can drive and score.
Driving right to the basket and scoring was Harcum, and that was Jasmine Jeffries with the bucket. Torres now running the offense. Cromartie and company. Oh, some great defense right there. Harcum has the basketball. There they go, coast to coast. Osalaja with the layup and the foul. Tried to get it off the glass and drew the foul, and will go to the stripe.
Jackson called for the personals, and that's going to put Osalaja on. And again, that's why I think keeping it on the perimeter and trying to throw those passes is just, it's not going to be sustainable. They have to be able to get entry passes to really make that defense react.
Elizabeth Osalaja on the stripe, where she has struggled this year, and the struggles continue. Shooting only at about 19% coming into this game. Harcum trails 22-15 at the 5:17 mark here in the first half. And Elizabeth Osalaja, the 5'7" freshman, converts on the second shot. Now Lackawanna will go back to work in its half-court offense. Torres near side. And Amos. Torres thought about it, couldn't pull the trigger. Now she'll drive a little bit out of control. Yep. Double dribble.
Little indecisive there. She came through. Ball honestly might have been tipped, and that's why she tried to possess it, and who knows, but lost control and turns the ball back over.
Now the Harcum Bears, trailing 22-16, will have Jeffries driving the baseline. They kick it out in the corner. Here is the jump shot from the outside. That is off the mark. Kept alive by Herder. And it will be Osalaja backing it out beyond the three-point arc. And Osalajov, a screen, puts on the brakes. They work it outside. Here comes a long outside shot by Bond that's off the mark. Torres hit the deck. Seems to be okay. And it will be the Falcons basketball.
And Forrester couldn't hang on to it as it got to the sideline. Yeah, a little banged up is Torres, but she's onto the bench. Nye Jackson comes back into the game. Dooley out there now.
And now Lackawanna with Cromartie banking it off the glass and missing in transition. Here is Jeffries coast to coast with the left hand. Didn't get the bounce. Ball's rebounded by Cromartie. And with Lackawanna up 22-16, Ashante Amos will dish off. Morris, Dooley drives, open, scores. Pinpoint passing results in a field goal, and it's 24-16.
And that's not usually McKay's game, but you know, she gets a chance to go to the rim and is able to score there. That's a nice take.
Great job by the Falcons, and now it is Jasmine Jeffries with a bank shot off the glass, no good. And this is Bond firing up the shot off the back iron. Falls up for grabs, and it goes out of bounds, and Harcum will have the possession. Well, tonight's game is brought to you by Battaglia Sporting Goods, Wyoming Avenue in Scranton, and Riverfront Sports, where the good become great. Jeffries now matched up with Nye Jackson, driving to the basket, and misfiring is Herder. The putback is no good by Turner, and here come the Falcons on the fast break. Nye Jackson to the bucket, no. And here we go on the other side, coast to coast. Going to the rim, Jeffries scores. Boy, it seems as though in the last minute and a half, both teams kind of had to really work hard for a basket.
Yeah, it's kind of just the way that this game has been. Is you have to really work hard here.
Morris open and scores with the left hand. 26-18 as the Falcons now have the lead with 2:45 to play in the first half.
I'm telling you, you put Nia Morris against that zone, you put her at the free throw line and you get her the ball, good things are going to happen every time.
Look inside for Herder, going up with the shot, Jeffries, and it's knocked out of bounds. So Harcum will have the possession as Jasmine Forrester will put the ball in play for the Harcum Bears. Jeffries takes control there, defended by Nye Jackson. They put it in the lane, and the shot rolls off the iron by Turner, rebounded by Dooley. Lackawanna in transition, and there's going to be a blocking foul. Jeffries was defending Morris.
That's Jeffries' third.
Yeah, that's a lot of fouls in this first half. As Nye Jackson for Lackawanna will get ready to put the ball in play as Cromartie checks out of the lineup. Jay Lewis is in for Lackawanna.
Remember, Jay's got 2 fouls, so Jay's got to be careful, especially defensively.
Nye Jackson puts up an air ball. Great job for Harcum to save the basketball, but then they lose it right in front of their own bench. Now, Torres will check back in. Nye Jackson will check out. And Thais Torres to put the ball in play for the Falcons. Amos will set it up as we near 2 minutes to play in the first half. Amos driving through traffic and was able to draw the foul.
So I think they're going to get Forrester on the personal there. And Lackawanna starting to pile things up again here. Again, another long possession, but can they find points out of this?
Dooley with the long inbound pass. It's picked off by Purchase. Ball up for grabs. Purchase will control things now, and they'll slow it down a bit as she will get the basketball with under 2 to play here in the first half. Alyssa Herder driving up and off the glass and scores. 5'10" freshman has a field goal, and the lead is down to 6 for Lackawanna.
Remember, Harcum closed the first quarter in an 8-2 run, and Lackawanna obviously doesn't want that happening again here.
Morris pulls up, sets, fires, a little bit off the mark, battle for the ball, and Morris gets it back, and she will fire up the shot, and she's got two. Nia Morris working hard under the basket. It results in a field goal, and the lead is 8 for Lackawanna.
Yep, followed her shot and was able to grab it because Atkins tried to save it from going out of bounds and threw it right to Nia Morris.
Purchase dishes off. Herder, top of the key. It's Turner, short on the outside jump shot, and the follow-up is good inside by Jayla Atkins. 28-22 as Harcum answers with a bucket.
Nice extra pass to find Turner, and then good crash by Atkins. Right place, right time.
Morris trying to drive through traffic and some contact, and foul called on Harcum.
Yeah, Purchase just picked up her third, so now really tough situation with both your point guards now with 3 fouls for Harcum. Coach May trying to explain or get an explanation rather from the officials here as to what his players are allowed to do.
Inbound pass went to Morris off the turnaround, didn't get it to drop, and another whistle under the basket with 40 seconds to play in the first half.
I think they called a foul on Jay Lewis. That's her third, going over the back there.
And the team's third. So we have 35 seconds on the clock, 23 on the shot clock now as Harcum will set it up. Atkins gives it up. Purchase, far side. Ball tipped by Torres. 8 to shoot. And driving to the basket and drawing the foul. Harcum Bears will be on the line. Look like Jasmine Forrester on the drive. So she will be on the free throw line with 12.7 seconds to play here in this first half.
Torres calling for the foul, and despite, I think, playing a better half, the Falcons really have, they have the lead, but I think it should be bigger. And I think Harcum, hanging around down by 5 after that free throw, that's a big deal.
Jasmine Forrester with the second free throw, and she cans 2. 28-24 with 12 seconds on the clock.
Cromartie checks in for Lewis.
Well, Tom, right here, you're up 28-24. Enough time for a shot. We'll see how things play out. Amos, 5 seconds. Amos behind the back, out of control. This will be we thought we were going to have a jump ball, but time expires here in the first half. Well, Tom, they had a chance right there at the end to come up with points.
Yeah.
And couldn't do it.
I mean, I'm not sure what was the plan was there for the Falcons, because it looked like Amos was trying to dribble to get herself free. And, I'd expected Nia Morris to pop up or pop high or pop to the corner to try to get it to her, and that's not what happened. And the Falcons lose possession. They have the lead, but I think there's a lot that Coach Whittington will want to try to fix as they go into the locker room.
I think you brought up a good point. I mean, you talked about how well Lackawanna has played, and this lead should be bigger. But they got a little bit out of sync at times, like we saw right here at the end of the game.
Yeah, it's kind of a microcosm of what their season has been. They've had stretches where they've been very good, but they have moments where they kind of hurt themselves with turnovers or with sloppy play or bad shot selection, and it kind of lets teams like Harcum, who's pretty good, hang around, and you can't let those teams hang around because they'll find a way to beat you. And these are games they need to win. They need these region games if they want a chance in the region playoffs.
Well, the Falcons lead it 28-24 here at the half as we go to a break on the LC Fan Network.
En Lackawanna College no estamos aquí para cambiar el mundo, pero cambiaremos su forma de pensar, cómo ataca los problemas y supera las limitaciones, cómo se esfuerza por convertir los desafíos en oportunidades. Es una experiencia que cambiará su vida y tal vez entonces puedas cambiar el mundo. Esto cambia la vida. Este es Lackawanna College.
Imagine the innovator you could be tomorrow with an innovative education today from Lackawanna College. Our Level Up program puts high school students on an early college pathway for an easier college transition and faster degree attainment at a dramatically lower cost. That's why Fast Company named us one of the world's most innovative companies. With an education from Lackawanna College, imagine where you'll be tomorrow. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Some people say you can't change the world. At Lackawanna College, we believe you can. With in-demand programs like medical assistant, we help prepare you for a career in a field where you can make a difference in your life and in the lives of others. At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world. We're here to change you. So maybe you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Get started today at lackawanna.edu. Changing the world starts with you. And at Lackawanna College, we can help you put yourself on the path forward by helping you develop the knowledge and skills to help build a strong foundation, to make a difference in people's lives every day in rewarding fields like occupational therapy assistant. Because when it comes to changing the world, we believe it starts with you. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Visit lackawannacollege.edu today. Oil and gas jobs are back. Are you looking for a life-changing experience? Lackawanna College's School of Petroleum and Natural Gas can put you on a path to a lucrative career in the production and delivery of America's energy in just 2 years. Choose from 2 degree programs or 2 certificate programs with internships that give students real-world and practical experience in the field. Lackawanna College will give you the education you need to build a career in this exciting industry. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Apply today at lackawanna.edu. We never set out to change the world, but at Lackawanna, we see our graduates doing it every day. In healthcare fields like surgical technology, our graduates are making an impact, not only in their own lives, but in the lives of countless patients and their families. Changing the world. It's really a simple matter of making life better for others, and there's no better place to start than Lackawanna College. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Visit lackawanna.edu today. At Lackawanna College, we never said we could change the world, but we believe our graduates can. That's why we offer programs in healthcare fields like ultrasound technology. Our graduates play a vital role in modern healthcare, using diagnostic technology to help improve the lives of their patients, making a difference in people's lives. That's what changing the world is all about, and it all starts at Lackawanna College. Visit lackawanna.edu today. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Welcome back to Lackawanna College and the historic Student Union Gym with Tom Ferguson, Steve Young. Great to have you with us tonight for this NJCAA Region 19 matchup as Lackawanna leads Harcum here at halftime, 28-24. Close game at the end of the first quarter, 13-11, and once again, Lackawanna outscored Harcum 13-15 in that second quarter. And how about the first half that Nia Morris had for the Falcons?
Yeah, I mean, pretty incredible for her. 7 of 14 from the field. Was able to knock down a couple free throws as well. 17 points, 5 rebounds for Nia. Really took control of that game and looked every bit as good as the player that we expect from her. And 7 points from Ashante Amos. I thought she played a pretty good half, too.
She did.
That last possession notwithstanding, I thought she had a pretty good half as well. But only 2 points from Makaya Dooley and Deja Cromartie. You need more scoring, I think, from other places if you're Lackawanna College in the second half, because you can't just rely on Nia as this game goes on, because you know Harcum is going to adjust and try to take her out of the game, and you're going to need that scoring to come from other places.
And, of course, Harcum did not shoot very well in that first half, only 25%. They were 8 of 32 from the field.
Yeah, 8 of 32, 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. Even rebounding-wise, Lackawanna College had a 20-18 rebounding advantage, but Lackawanna College with 12 turnovers, 10 for Harcum. Harcum had 7 steals, so they had like 7 live ball turnovers, and were able to turn those into 10 points on turnovers. So to give them a little bit of a boost there, they lead 10-8 in that category. The Bears got to the line as well. They were 7 of 10 from the free throw line. So they have found ways to manufacture points. And again, I just think Lackawanna College with those 12 turnovers has been a little careless with the basketball, and it could be a 38-24 lead as opposed to a 28-24 lead. And you're giving a team like Harcum, who's won 6 of 7, who's beaten some pretty impressive opponents in the last couple games, including a Monroe College Bronx team that Lackawanna College lost to on this floor. They beat that team. So they might have they know that they can play with some of the better teams in the NJCAA, especially in these East regions. So you need to be able to put those teams away when you have the lead. So I'm interested to see what adjustments the Falcons are going to come out with here in the second half.
Tom, you talked about how much trouble Lackawanna had with that zone defense in the first half. How do you overcome the problems that they've had in the first? What adjustments do you make against that?
You know, you and I have talked about this so often on these broadcasts with that zone defense, because I think, especially at this level, players have trouble with it because they don't see it as much in AAU or even maybe some of their high school games. They might not see it as much or have the athleticism for their teams that you have to play man-to-man. But against that 2-3 zone, it's all about getting the ball to the middle of the floor. And I think if you can get it to playmakers like a Makaya Dooley, like a Nia Morris, maybe even someone like a Thais Torres who can slash to the basket, you get that ball to them in the middle on the free throw line, suddenly the defense has to contract, and suddenly the defense has to account for that. And then suddenly your passing lane's open where you might
Things open up a little bit.
You might be able to find Amos on the wing. You might be able to hit Dooley in the corner. You might be able to get it to Gabby Jackson cutting to the basket. Or if it's not Nia Morris that has the ball on the free throw line, maybe she makes a backdoor cut to the right side and you're able to find her there. There's more things that can open up if you can get it to a playmaker in the center of the floor, because they can shoot it, they can drive with it, they can find that open passing lane against the 2-3 zone like that. It is much more effective, especially against a team like Harcum that has such size and length, as opposed to throwing the ball back and forth around the perimeter, because you're not making Harcum work very hard, and you're allowing Harcum's size to kind of dictate where you're going with the basketball, and they're able to reach up and knock that away eventually. You're not going to get away with that all the time. So that's really where the adjustment has to go. You have to attack the center. You got to attack the short corner of the baskets, kind of in between the painted area and the three-point line. Get the ball there and really try to get the ball into the weak points of the 2-3 zone. Otherwise, barring shooting lights out from beyond the arc, which we know Lackawanna College has people that can shoot but not quite lights out, they're going to be in trouble with that.
Well, when they're on, they're on. But if they're not having a good night shooting, it's going to be a very tough night from beyond the arc.
And more often than not, it's not that they're not on necessarily. They are just super inconsistent. And 1 for 6 from 3 kind of shows that that's not going to be the case tonight, that they're going to be a little more inconsistent once again. So it's going to come down to Lackawanna College being patient with the basketball, moving the ball, and like I said, finding those points in the zone. When they move, similar to the men's team, when they move the ball, they're tough to beat.
Right.
But you have to remain patient. You have to trust your offense.
Well, here at halftime, 28-24, the Falcons have the lead. And coming up in Game 2, LC men 5-11 will take on Dundalk. The Lions come in at 8-11. That's a pretty interesting matchup coming up here in Game 2.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how Dundalk is and how the Falcons can adjust to that. They're coming off a loss to Harcum too. They were down by 33, I think, at one point in that game, and were able to close in the second half within 16. But how much of that was Dundalk playing well, and how much of that was maybe Harcum taking their foot off the gas towards the end of that? Meanwhile, the Falcons are coming in. They've had 2 back-to-back really tough games, and taking on SUNY Orange, and then, of course, going out to Raritan on Tuesday. In the SUNY Orange game, they had a lead late and then lost that and ended up losing by 7. And then at Raritan, they had a really, really nice stretch. They're down 11 with about 12 minutes left in the game, and they go on a 10-0 run where it is the best I've seen them play, because the ball is moving with purpose, it's getting it to the middle of the floor, bang, 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 open 3. Amir Elzy had 23 points against Raritan, really had probably his best game of the year, and the ball was moving well. Will Johnson ended up with 8 assists. and they just didn't have enough. They just couldn't hit that shot. They got it within 1. They had it within 2 later in the game. Just couldn't hit that shot to tie it or to give themselves the lead. And that's, unfortunately, that's been the story for them.
Yeah, all year.
Is just they've been able to get back into games, but they can't find that one to push them over the edge. So my hope is for the men's team is that they're not discouraged by that. You know, that losing games like that isn't going to hurt them, that they're going to come out here and really show what they've got, because they've got their pieces back together. You know, they got some of their guys healthy, some of their guys are eligible again, obviously. So how can they put all those pieces out there on the floor and make a run at things in the next couple weeks? And it starts with that non-region game against CCBC Dundalk tonight.
Yeah, they're definitely due for that big win.
They're due. You know, they have to be. They've played too many games where it's come down to the wire, or it's come down to the last few minutes, and they just run out of gas. They just don't have enough, especially against region opponents. So how can they figure that out? How can they get a win and then kind of use that to springboard themselves? Because they've got Morris coming in on Saturday, a team that they had a lead against, lost the lead late, ended up going to overtime, and then couldn't hit a shot in overtime and ended up losing by 14 to Morris the last time they played them. So they're coming in a region game. How do you find a way to get a win over them? And I think getting a win over Dundalk is a start to that. It is a start to getting that momentum, getting a little positivity running through your veins as you go into Saturday.
Yeah, that's what you need, especially with the playoffs on the horizon. You want to start getting some wins, getting in that rhythm where, you know, you're confident and you know you could do some good things out on the floor.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how the Lions are in this game coming up later. Just based on who they've played, you know, some similar opponents, you know, a lot more obviously Maryland opponents as well. They've lost their last 6 games, but they had been pretty good up to that point, up to losing those 6 games. So how does that affect them? You know, they've got good balance on that team. I think they got 4 or 5 guys that average double figures for them as well. So, but they don't score a ton of points. How's that going to play out? I'm interested to see how that game is going to go.
Well, we'll step aside quickly for a break and come back with third quarter action with the Falcons leading 28-24 on the LC Fan Network.
You won't find changing the world listed in the Lackawanna College curriculum. What you will find is one of the region's most comprehensive nursing programs, specialized and tailored to fit those wanting to get started on the career path as a registered nurse or current registered nurses. Our programs are designed and taught by experienced nursing professionals, so no matter where you are in your journey, you can pursue your associate or RN to BSN degree in nursing right here at Lackawanna College. Then, one patient at a time, maybe you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world, but we will change how you think, how you attack problems, and overcome limitations, how you push yourself to turn challenges into opportunities. It's an experience that'll change your life, and maybe then you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Set for the third quarter of play here at Lackawanna College in Scranton with Tom Ferguson, Steve Young. So glad you can join us for all of the action of this NJCAA Region 19 battle as the Falcons lead it 28-24 as we get set for the third.
It's going to be Falcon ball coming out here. We're going to see, yeah, it looks like Harcum setting right back into that 2-3. So how do the Falcons respond to that? Who's going to go to the middle? How do they kind of get some movement there?
And Gabby Jackson and Morris and company along with Amos beyond the arc. Near side, Morris open, lines it up, and it's off the mark. Battle for the ball, and who will come up with it but the Harcum Bears. And Corinne Purchase to run the offense.
I like that play, though, because they set up a double screen to have Morris leak out to the corner and skip it back to her. And they got a decent look at it, just couldn't knock it down.
And this pass tipped away. Good defense by the Falcons and Nia Morris. And that will force Harcum to inbound the basketball as Jayla Atkins will look to put the ball in play. Atkins will look on the baseline, tipped away. Morris gets it outside, and Lackawanna has the basketball. Here is Amos to the rack and scores with a right hand to open up the third quarter.
Good job by Ashante, able to hang on there with kind of an awkward angle, had to bring it down to her hip, but was able to power that back up and into the basket.
6-point lead for the Falcons here as they open up third quarter action. Jasmine Jeffries, 5'4" freshman, right in front of head coach Riley Mays, setting things up. And driving, kicking the ball outside, and they will throw it away. The pass was intended for Alyssa Herder, and a little bit of miscommunication, and they turn it over.
Yeah, Coach May was trying to direct traffic and get his players set up, and it wasn't a ton of movement, and you could see the frustration starting to mount for him on that last possession there.
Now Gabby Jackson signaled out the play. She'll run it near side to Amos. Jackson in the corner. Wow. Cross court pass as Morris will drive the baseline, kicks it out. Good movement in the offense, and open from downtown was Dooley. Couldn't convert, and the Harcum Bears have the rebound, down by 6.
Yeah, they had Dooley earlier than that, but they couldn't really get the ball to her quick enough, and good recovery by Harcum.
Purchase splits a couple of defenders. Atkins kicks it outside and is called for traveling. Well, she had nowhere to go with the basketball, Tom.
Yeah, that's 3 straight turnovers for Harcum on their last 3 possessions.
Yeah, for Harcum, they average about 19 turnovers a game, and not the way you want to start the second half. You're right in the game, and this is an opportunity now for Lackawanna to increase its lead.
Yep, that's what you have to look at if you're Coach Whittington here. This is your chance.
Cromartie. Morris drives, kicks it outside. Plenty of time on the shot clock, and the off-balance shot by Cromartie knocked out of bounds, and the Falcons lose it.
Another empty possession, but I like the ball movement. I like the patience, and I like that pass to Cromartie because it was open there from Ashanti. Good look underneath, just couldn't get the ball to go through the hoop. That was good movement there.
Now Harcum will bring the ball the length of the court as Asalajo will give it up. And this is Jeffries to the basket and banks it off the glass for a deuce. Lead is down to 4 for Lackawanna.
And so first 3 possessions with turnovers doesn't end up hurting the Bears as they're still back within 4 here.
And they lose the basketball. Cromartie couldn't handle it. Now Harcum will take control with Corinne Purchase running the offense as the Bears trail 30-26.
Bears might be lucky they didn't call for backcourt on that last series.
Jeffries gives it up, and there's a basket inside. Great job by Courtney Turner to finish. And the lead is down to 2.
Yep.
Lackawanna goes to work with Nia Morris running the offense. And they'll just work the ball out to Gabby Jackson. Morris with 9 to shoot. Morris drives, sets, fires, and got the roll. 32-28 as the Falcons answer with a bucket. Purchase directs a little traffic. And she's defended by Gabby Jackson as Purchase will dish off. And that is, I believe, Herder turning it over.
And called for traveling on the drive there.
Boy, you talk about a team coming out sluggish in the third quarter. It's Harcum. They're struggling right now.
And they still have an opportunity here. Both teams have been a little gun shy. Falcons have missed a couple shots that should go down here, but they got to stay aggressive.
Gabby Jackson goes baseline. Dooley with nowhere to go. And a traveling violation is called on the Falcons as Cromartie took a step.
You know, they have opportunities. That's the second time. First was Nia Morris ended up scoring, but they get the ball again to the short corner and into the corner. That right side opens up, and Deja can dive into that if they get the ball to her quickly, but they were late on that possession.
Turner driving to the basket. Great defense inside by Cromartie. in transition. Here come the Falcons. Gabby to the basket, tried to lay it up with the right hand. She hit the deck. Outlet pass to Purchase. Here comes the break. Purchase in traffic. Oh, throws it away. Well, she was looking for Jeffries right there, and pass was too hot to handle.
Probably should have just gone up with it at that point, especially because she had worked hard to split two defenders like that. Just go up with the left hand because Jeffries was crashing the board there.
And on the other end, Gabby Jackson going to the basket with the right hand. That's not her natural shooting.
Yep.
You know, for her, she was a little bit out of sync there going to the hoop. So Nia Morris trying to kick the ball outside, and a whistle.
Illegal screen called against Thais.
And with 5:13 to play here in the third, Lackawanna hangs on to a 32-28 lead. And Corinne Purchase will bring it across midcourt. Alyssa Herder with the left hand, puts on the brakes, fires, and too short on the jumper. Boy, that was a great open look by Herder and couldn't finish. They look for Torres, and they overthrow her on the baseline, and Lackawanna turns it over.
So both teams out of sync right now, as far as this quarter has gone.
32-28, the Falcons have the lead. And right now, this is Jeffries driving, coming up empty. Nia Morris on the run with the basketball, looking for Gabby Jackson. She gets the ball back and scores.
It was good hustle by Turner to knock it away, but as she saved it from going out of bounds, she saved it underneath her own basket. And once again, Nia Morris was there to pick up the pieces.
34-28 on the bucket by Morris. Purchase driving. That's a jump ball.
Yep.
And Lackawanna playing some good defense, defending the basket. Micaiah Dooley checked out. And now Torres inbounding. And Herder gives it up. And Harcum now looking inside. They were looking for Turner and a quick foul in the lane.
Morris called for her second there, just couldn't get position on Turner.
Now with Lackawanna up by 6, it will be Harcum to put the ball in play. And the inbound pass goes to Jeffries. Jeffries drives, tries to muscle up the shot, and was hacked on the play.
Yep. Amos doesn't like it, but she went across her right arm and hit her on the arm, and she tried to pull that ball out. That's going to put Jeffries on the line. Harcum needs a spark on offense. You know, it's come in fits and starts for them, but they need Courtney Turner in this half. They need her to step up.
Jasmine Jeffries, who had 4 points in the first half, this is her first trip to the free throw line, and she rattles in the shot.
You know, despite the sluggish play from Harcum and Lackawanna College, that's been the good thing for the Lady Bears. They're still in it here.
Jeffries, a 36% free throw shooter, missed on the second shot. Lackawanna basketball with just about 4 to play third quarter, as they are up 34-29. Amos looks near side. Morris had her pocket picked. Jeffries takes it away. There she goes to the glass and lays it up, comes up short. Not a good angle on the layup, Tom.
Nope.
Going to the rack.
No, and that's a good credit to Ashante, who took a good defensive position and forced Jeffries to go wide to the left.
Jeffries dishes off. Asalaja will give it up. And from the outside, that bucket is good by Corinne Purchase. And it's 34-32.
Just their second 3 of the game. Goes down in a big spot for the Lady Bears.
Amos, baseline shot. That's an air ball. Torres will kick it back outside. Torres open for 3, misfires, rebound, and the putback by Cromartie off the mark. And now Harcum trailing 34-32 as we near 3 to play third quarter, with a chance to tie or take the lead as Herder drains a 3. And there's a timeout called by Lackawanna with 3:02 to play in the third. Harcum up 35-34 on the LC Fan Network.
Are you looking for a new career in the great outdoors? Lackawanna College's Conservation and Natural Resource Certificate program can train you in just 15 weeks. Through 5 specialized environmental field courses, you'll be ready for a career as a state park or forest ranger, in the regional park system, or even as an environmental educator. Hands-on training is offered at more than a dozen ecologically unique locations in Northeast Pennsylvania. Enroll today at lackawanna.edu to study in Covington Township, Sunbury, or Towanda.
Welcome back to Lackawanna College with Tom Ferguson, Steve Young. Great to have you with us for this NJCAA Region 19 battle with 3:02 to play here in the third. Harcum has taken a 1-point lead over Lackawanna 35-34, and they are on a run here in the third, outscoring Lackawanna 11-6.
Yeah, back-to-back threes really waking up the Lady Bears bench all of a sudden. And you know, that scoring hadn't been there for Harcum in the first half, certainly, but if they're going to start knocking down shots, then Lackawanna College is going to have to try to adjust to that.
Tom, it was a few moments ago you said Harcum needed a spark. Well, they got it.
Yep, they've gotten it from beyond the arc. Now the Falcons need one.
Morris fires up the shot from the baseline, doesn't fall. And another jump ball, and they will keep the possession. As Nye Jackson will trigger the ball in play. Jackson looking, and the long pass will go out to Gabby Jackson and Torres, and Jackson will set it up. Jackson puts on the brakes. Torres cut off by the defense, and a whistle on Corinne Purchase.
Yeah, that's Corinne's 4th. So again, picked up 3 fouls in the first half, as did Jeffries. So something to pay attention to here for Harcum with their 2 main point guards.
Well, right now, Harcum has the 1-point lead as Purchase checks out. And checking back into the lineup is Anaya Bond. Now Lackawanna will go to work with Gabby Jackson. The ball was tipped. Jackson gets it back. Great job to keep it going. Now Morris in some traffic on the far side. Jackson with 5 to shoot. They look inside. Torres turns, fires, shot is up and off the mark. Harcum has the rebound. Nearing 2 to play in the third quarter here at Lackawanna College. Glad you could join us for all of the action of Lackawanna and Harcum here on the LC Fan Network. From the corner, an outside shot is good. That was Elizabeth Osalaja.
And that's the 3rd straight 3 that they've hit.
38-34 with 1:40 on the clock. Turnaround shot by Morris, too short. Lackawanna with good hustle to get the save and keep the possession. 9 to shoot from the corner. Cromartie hit the side of the backboard. Now a big opportunity right here for the Harcum Bears as they have the momentum in the late stages of quarter number 3.
Falcons are rushing through their offense right now.
From the corner, Bond from downtown. Drops a 3 ball on the Falcons. And it's 41-34.
A 3-point parade and just good corner movement from the Bears.
Jackson drives short. Follow up by Torres. Yes. Torres from in the lane with a bucket. And Lackawanna answers. Now Jeffries drives right to the hoop. Muscles up the shot and offensive foul is called on Jeffries.
Wow.
Have to watch that one on the replay, Tom.
Yeah, that's 4 on Jeffries now. So she's got 4. Purchase has 4. And now here comes Forrester to replace Jeffries, I believe.
Well, Turner checks out. Jeffries checks out. Atkins is checking in.
Of course, Jay Lewis back into the game. Dooley and Amos have returned as well.
Big possession right here for Lackawanna.
Yeah.
Gabby Jackson giving it up. And the pass, oh, they throw the pass away. Nye Jackson firing the pass, looking for Amos.
Yep. Couldn't really see Amos because of the size on the inside there. Tried to throw that skip pass and nowhere close. And now a chance for the Lady Bears, a 5-point lead to do something here with no shot clock.
Asalaja dishing off. Bond firing up the shot. Won't drop. Big rebound by Jay Lewis with 11 to play, third quarter. Jackson going to the basket. Jackson drives with the left hand, couldn't finish, and a whistle.
Good patience by Gabby there. Kind of waiting for that angle to open. She knew what was going to come, and then when she saw it, she darted to her left and gets into the lane as she does.
Good job by Gabby Jackson, knowing how much time was on the clock also.
Need to be aware.
Gabby Jackson on the stripe for the Falcons and misfires on the free throw. She is a 52% free throw shooter this year. This is her first trip to the free throw line tonight. And the southpaw second shot, no good. It rims out. 3 seconds on the clock. This is Asalaja at the buzzer. And that will bring an end to quarter number 3 here at Lackawanna College, with Harcum leading the Falcons 41-36 as we go to a break on the LC Fan Network.
En Lackawanna College no estamos aquí para cambiar el mundo, pero cambiaremos su forma de pensar, cómo ataca los problemas y supera las limitaciones, cómo se esfuerza por convertir los desafíos en oportunidades. Es una experiencia que cambiará su vida y tal vez entonces puedas cambiar el mundo. Esto cambia la vida. Este es Lackawanna College.
Imagine the innovator you could be tomorrow with an innovative education today from Lackawanna College. Our Level Up program puts high school students on an early college pathway for an easier college transition and faster degree attainment at a dramatically lower cost. That's why Fast Company named us one of the world's most innovative companies. With an education from Lackawanna College, imagine where you'll be tomorrow. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Some people...
Fourth quarter about to begin here in Scranton at the Lackawanna College Student Union with Tom Ferguson, Steve Young. Big third quarter for the Harcum Bears as they outscored Lackawanna 17-8. Tom, their offense came alive in that third.
Yeah, you know, a Lackawanna scoring drought kind of coincided with 4 straight three-point shots from the Lady Bears that made all the difference there and gave them the lead. So now, how does Lackawanna College respond? Do they put a little more defensive pressure? Are we going to see more from the guards here? Maybe try to get the speed of this game back up.
Now Harcum with Bond going to the basket, driving for a layup and draws the foul. Anaya Bond, 5'11" freshman, will go to the stripe for the Harcum Bears.
Dooley called for the personal.
And Anaya Bond on the stripe. She is a 38% free throw shooter. Now, one thing you want to do is try to get that momentum back as early as you can here in the fourth quarter as she hits the second shot. 43-36. Harcum has been on the run here in the second half. Now the Falcons have to go to work and try to get out of this offensive funk that they've been in. As Nye Jackson lines it up short on the 3. Jay Lewis battling for the rebound and a whistle.
Yep, they're going to call a foul on Forrester. Jasmine Forrester picks up her second as Lewis was able to go up with that one. Go up and grab it anyway. But that was a quick shot that was contested from Nye Jackson. Was not the look they wanted.
Dooley took the inbound pass. Now they work it over near side to Amos. Amos baseline. Works it outside to Gabby. 9 to shoot. Open is Nye Jackson, partially blocked. Battle for the ball. 4 to shoot. Amos at the buzzer. Got it! Great job as the shot clock was expiring, and it's 43 to 38.
It wasn't pretty, but it'll work. And let's see if it sparks something here for the Falcons.
Now it is Herder driving to the basket, triple teamed, and the foul.
Yeah, Jay Lewis was late on that and then kind of leaned with her arm there as she went to block the shot. And that's what they're going to call her for her fourth. As Cromartie and Nia Morris check back in.
Now Alyssa Herder will be on the stripe for the Harcum Bears, up 43 to 38. Her first trip to the free throw line here in this ball game. And misfires from the charity stripe. Herder is a 36% free throw shooter this year. And as a team, Harcum shooting at 64%. Second shot off the mark, and Nia Morris has it for the Falcons. Here she comes, and offensive foul called on the Falcons.
Yeah, Morris was a little out of control, and as she went in there, not sure if it was the elbow or maybe the arm, but it hit Forrester in the chops there.
Yeah.
And the officials saw that. I think if Morris was a little more in control, it would have gone better.
This? Gabby Jackson steals the inbound pass, and the basket is no good, and Jackson will go to the stripe.
So that's an interesting turnover there, and man, if that basket went down, we would have been in business here, but instead it's going to put Jackson back on the line for 2.
Well, these are big free throws for Gabby Jackson, as Lackawanna has struggled for points here in this second half. And Gabby will knock down the shot.
It's only the 6th free throw attempt of the evening for Lackawanna College.
And Gabby Jackson cans 2. The lead is down to 3. Jackson comes out of nowhere to knock the ball away.
Almost had another steal there.
Well, Gabby trying to get things going for the Falcons.
I was going to say, now we're seeing what the problem is for Harcum when they have their guards in foul trouble. They don't have anybody to handle the ball, but they just bring Purchase back into the game here.
Atkins looking to inbound the basketball, and they turn it. No, they did not turn it over. They'll keep the possession.
I thought Mike Ignoski pointed to the baseline. I think that's
it.
Lackawanna ball.
It will. Yes, it will be. Yes. As Lackawanna will put the ball in play. And will be from the corner, as Amos will look to Morris, and Morris launches the shot immediately. It's an air ball put back up by Cromartie. They'll get another opportunity. Amos from downtown. And we are tied at 43, the Falcons and the Harcum Bears.
Deja's rebounding has been huge the last few games, and it's big there. She gets a big offensive rebound off her own miss and finds Amos for 3.
Purchase drives, fires up the shot, and scores. What an amazing job by Corinne Purchase.
Heck of an effort from her to get to the basket.
Morris cut off on the baseline, pulls up, sets, fires, and scores. We're tied at 45 in a real shootout now.
Well, it's Nia Morris time. This is winning time for her, so she's got to step up for the Falcons, and let's see if Harcum can try to match it here.
Salaja off a screen, will dish off on the far side. They go in the corner for Purchase from downtown. No. Battle for the ball. It's up for grabs. And Harcum will have the possession.
Boy, good hustle from both teams on that last miss, and ball free, just leaning on each other, trying to get after it.
Yeah,
good
things
effort.
Really beginning to heat up now.
Yeah, good effort from both teams there.
Inbound pass to Purchase. And Purchase will survey the defense of Lackawanna. Purchase puts on the brakes, gives it up. Courtney Turner drives, and ball was knocked away. Touch last by the Bears. Yeah. Lackawanna basketball.
So I think it was Morris that tipped it off of Turner as she tried to make that exit pass.
Now with 7:12 remaining here in the fourth, Gabby Jackson up with the shot, no. Outlet pass will go to Purchase. Purchase drives against Amos, up with the shot, bucket is good and the foul. Well, both teams now just seem to find their shooting range a little bit in the last couple of minutes. Getting things together, it's 47-45, Harcum, Purchase to the stripe.
She's 1 of 2 there this evening.
Well, Corinne Purchase plays with a lot of energy on the floor and hits the free throw. 48-45, Harcum, your leader.
And now, obviously, Lackawanna has to hit a 3 to try to tie it. So let's see if they're going for that or if they just continue to play through the offense here.
Now, right here, still plenty of time to shoot, so Nia Morris can set things up. She'll drive, pull up, shoot. No, it rims out. Didn't get the bounce. Purchase has it for the Harcum Bears, up 48-45. Now Harcum will go to work in the half-court offense. From the corner, open look for Atkins. 51-45, the Bears.
She's lucky. She was really close to the edge there on the sideline.
Morris taking control outside. Amos open with a three-point bomb. Doesn't fall. One and done for Lackawanna. They're only getting one shot now at the basket. That's key. Now the Harcum Bears with Purchase playing with a lot of confidence as Turner will set, fire, and score. And suddenly Harcum is on fire from the field, leading 54-45.
6 3-point shots they've hit here in the second half.
Nia Morris with the long pass. Morris gets it back from beyond the arc. No, and it's rebounded by Atkins. 9-point lead for Harcum. And they have the basketball going to work. This is Asalaja driving and a whistle. Well, Tom, a while back you talked about that spark, and once they got that spark, they've been on fire.
Yeah, once they were able to hit that 3 in the corner, suddenly showed them, hey, maybe we can knock some shots down, and that's exactly what's happened here. They've hit a bunch of shots in the corner. They hit that nice 3 from Turner just before to make it a 9-point game. It's been good outside shooting and good ball movement to open that up.
Well, they hit the free throw right here as Elizabeth Asalaja converts to give Harcum a 10-point advantage.
Yeah, first double-digit lead of the ball game for either side.
And here's the second free throw off the back iron. Morris with the rebound out quickly, and it's intercepted. Ball was up for grabs, and Purchase comes up with it. Purchase now will run the offense as we have under 5 to play here in the fourth quarter. And Harcum leading 55-45 in a traveling violation. The defense by Morris resulted in a turnover by Harcum.
I think Nia took it personally that ball was tapped away from her and made it her life's work to cause another turnover.
Timeout on the court. We'll go to a break on the LC Fan Network.
Some people say you can't change the world. At Lackawanna College, we believe you can. With in-demand programs like Medical Assistant, we help prepare you for a career in a field where you can make a difference in your life and in the lives of others. At Lackawanna College, we're not here to change the world. We're here to change you. So maybe you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Get started today at lackawanna.edu. Changing the world starts with you. And at Lackawanna College, we can help you put yourself on the path forward by helping you develop the knowledge and skills to help build a strong foundation, to make a difference in people's lives every day in rewarding fields like occupational therapy assistant, Because when it comes to changing the world, we believe it starts with you. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Visit lackawannacollege.edu today.
4:53 remaining in this fourth quarter, and Harcum has a 55-45 lead, and they have outscored Lackawanna College here in this fourth quarter 14-9.
6 3-point shots here in the second half. They hit back-to-back-to-back early in the third quarter and then hit a couple more here in the fourth to give themselves this advantage. So what do you do if you're Lackawanna College? How do you get offense in a hurry?
Well, right here, Morris will look in the corner. It is Dooley open. No, she misfires, and the ball is rebounded by Herder. Purchase now across the midcourt stripe to set it up. Corinne Purchase driving, going to the basket, and scores with the left hand. A defensive breakdown right there by Lackawanna. She was wide open. And here's a steal by Jasmine Jeffries as Morris gets caught reaching in.
It's Naya's fourth.
Yeah, right here, Tom. This is a point of the ball game where you've got to find some kind of offense, get back into a rhythm, and try to get the momentum back.
12-0 run now for Harcum after it was 45 all. And they have looked very, very good here in the second half.
As Jasmine Jeffries is on the stripe for the Bears and misses. Well, you talk about big games, you know, NJCAA Region 19 matchups. These are the ones you want to win. And for Lackawanna, they are going to need a big effort right here as they trail 58-45 as we near 4 to play.
Yep, 13 points with 4:10 to go. There's been bigger deficits.
Morris drives, banks it off the glass for 2.
But now you got to rely on your defense a little here. You got to try to speed the game up, and you got to try to get out in transition. That's really the only way they're going to be able to make a comeback quickly.
Jeffries, defended by Sienna Roberts. As Harcum with Atkins going baseline, lost the basketball. She was just forced out of bounds and lost it. 58-47, key possession right here for the Falcons.
I like I like Coach May telling his players, get back, get to your half-court defense. They haven't done well against that. We don't need to pressure up high right now.
Very important possessions as Amos looks inside. Shot doesn't fall for Roberts. 58-47, Harcum as we near the 3-minute mark remaining in the fourth quarter. Well, if you're Harcum, you're up 58-47 as Herder goes to the basket and puts up an air ball. And Sienna Roberts has it across midcourt. Here she comes, giving it up. Morris for 3, no. Ball goes out of bounds. Harcum has it with 3:02 remaining.
I just think Naya doesn't have enough leg right now. She can get to the basket and score close in, but I don't think she's got enough leg for a 3-point shot right now. She's been running up and down the floor, so offense is going to have to come somewhere else.
Corinne Purchase and company with under 3 minutes left. Alyssa Herder directs traffic, defended by Dooley. Herder looks to give it up, doesn't know where to go with the basketball, and now they'll work in the lane to Turner for the bucket and a foul.
That might be the dagger right there.
Well, you have to give Harcum a lot of credit because once they got on a roll offensively, they've continued the scoring, and they lead 60-47.
Yeah, it was a Purchase 3-point shot in the corner that really kind of set the tone and kind of gave them the confidence to start to do what they've done, which is be patient on offense, work to find the open shot, and then make plays like that where you drive baseline, you bounce it back to your best player, and you let her finish at the rim.
As Courtney Turner will convert on the free throw. It's not out of reach, Tom, but every possession right now, you have to come away with points. Roberts sets it up. And Nia Morris with the basketball. Nia drives, goes up with the shot. It's rejected by Turner.
Yeah, Naya went 1-on-5 there, and just Turner was not having anything to do with that.
And Torres will inbound the basketball for the Falcons. Torres gets it in. Morris off the turnaround short. Lackawanna will keep it going with Dooley, but they have to score quickly.
Yep.
They can't waste any time as Roberts pulls up and had it rejected inside. And Harcum now with 2 minutes to play will have the basketball, and this is where they could be very selective and try to work some clock. Take that shot clock right down as Roberts will defend against Jeffries. Purchase on the drive, kicks it outside. Jeffries on the drive.
Ooh.
She'll go to the line. Now let's check this.
Yeah, it should be, because they're in the bonus anyway,
Yes.
so Jackson picks up her third on the reach.
So Jeffries will be on the stripe with Harcum up 61-47. Boy, when you look back, Tom, at halftime, 28-24 as Jeffries converts. You know, you mentioned that Lackawanna had the lead, but you felt the lead should have been bigger. And you just got that feeling that if you let Harcum hang around too long, that they were going to do something here tonight, and they did.
Yep.
As Torres collects the carom. Dooley. Nia Morris with 1:39 remaining. They have to score quickly. Nia spins outside. Torres fires it up, and it doesn't drop. Jeffries has the basketball as we near 1 minute to play. Jeffries will be matched up against Torres.
Purchase came down awkwardly on an ankle there, so I think she's going to take a seat.
Well, she has played a great game here tonight for the Harcum Bears, looking to win their 12th of the season. And they're 1 minute and 21 seconds away from the victory. As Jeffries takes the inbound pass. Jeffries out beyond the arc. Jeffries drives, takes it to the glass, didn't get the bucket, and underneath the finish is there for Courtney Turner. 64-47. Morris lost the basketball. Oh, what a pass, but Gabby Jackson intercepts it. Gabby outside. Dooley open. Torres with the rebound and the putback. 43 seconds to play. Harcum leading it 64-49.
And they whistled for a stop. Maybe there's a clock issue.
No, did not.
Yeah, Mike Ignoski, the lead official, is over at
the scorer's
table, and he's talking to the clock operator. We got the voice on the case now.
He's all over it.
Mike Rickard will make sure things are good to go here. Yeah, there was a couple seconds came off that they wanted back on.
45 seconds, and here we go. Jeffries with the basketball, takes it to the glass, and the basket is good, and the foul. And that should do it for Harcum. They have just played an outstanding second half of basketball.
Yeah, I think Coach May has to be really pleased with how his team responded here in the second half after only scoring 24 points in the first half and really looking lost on offense. They have found their way here in the second half.
As Jasmine Jeffries is on the stripe and misses, and the putback rolls out, rims out, and Lackawanna has the basketball as Gabby Jackson will go to the hoop, dishing off. Morris puts it up and draws the foul with 28 seconds to play. Well, it's amazing how the momentum can change in a basketball game. And it has here in this second half. But really, Tom, when you look at it, when Lackawanna came out of the locker room in that second half, they just didn't seem like they had it.
It just, it was a little stagnant. They had that little bit of a run to get it back to even at 45, and they just have not had great offense since then. It's a 21-5 run by Harcum to close things out here.
Now right here, Harcum throws the ball away on a pass intended for Jayla Atkins. And with 21 seconds left, the Falcons will have the basketball as Gabby Jackson gives it up. Roberts puts up the shot. Harcum has it, and all they have to do is play out the remaining 7 seconds, and that will do it. Congratulations to the Harcum Bears as they will win this game by the score of 66-50. They trailed 13-11 at the end of the first half, 28-24 at halftime, and then they rebounded in the third quarter to outscore Lackawanna 17-8 to take a 41-36 lead at the end of 3, and they win it here tonight 66-50 to pick up their 12th win of the season. We will go to a break and come back with the final stats after this timeout on the LC Fan Network.
Oil and gas jobs are back. Are you looking for a life-changing experience? Lackawanna College's School of Petroleum and Natural Gas can put you on a path to a lucrative career in the production and delivery of America's energy in just 2 years. Choose from 2 degree programs or 2 certificate programs with internships that give students real-world and practical experience in the field. Lackawanna College will give you the education you need to build a career in this exciting industry. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Apply today at lackawanna.edu. We never set out to change the world, but at Lackawanna, we see our graduates doing it every day. In healthcare fields like surgical technology, our graduates are making an impact, not only in their own lives, but in the lives of countless patients and their families. Changing the world. It's really a simple matter of making life better for others, and there's no better place to start than Lackawanna College. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. Visit lackawanna.edu today. At Lackawanna College, we never said we could change the world, but we believe our graduates can. That's why we offer programs in healthcare fields like ultrasound technology. Our graduates play a vital role in modern healthcare, using diagnostic technology to help improve the lives of their patients, making a difference in people's lives. That's what changing the world is all about, and it all starts at Lackawanna College. Visit lackawanna.edu today. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College. You won't find changing the world listed in the Lackawanna College curriculum. What you will find is one of the region's most comprehensive nursing programs, specialized and tailored to fit those wanting to get started on the career path as a registered nurse or current registered nurses. Our programs are designed and taught by experienced nursing professionals, so no matter where you are in your journey, you can pursue your associate or RN to BSN degree in nursing right here at Lackawanna College. Then, one patient at a time, maybe you can change the world. This is life-changing. This is Lackawanna College.
Welcome back to Lackawanna College, where the Harcum Bears defeat the Lackawanna Falcons here tonight, 66-50. And Tom, quickly, when we take a look at the final stats, it all came down to Harcum shooting better from the field.
Yeah, I mean, you shoot 56% from the field in the second half in a close game. Normally that's going to work out pretty well for you. And, you know, they had 3 players in double figures. Courtney Turner with 15 and 12, another double-double for her. Karen Purchase finishes with 13 points, 11 points for Jasmine Jeffries as well. They go 6 of 10 from beyond the arc in the second half, 14 of 25, 56% in the second half as well. And just really, really impressive stuff from Harcum. And I circled the points for 4 different Lackawanna College Falcons because of their 50 points, 40 points came from Nia Morris and Ashante Amos. And it's not enough.
You need more balance in the lineup.
You need more balance. You need players stepping up and trying to get in and score there. I mean, Lackawanna College was 9 of 37 from the field in the second half, 1 of 12 from beyond the arc. The zone really bothered them, and they just weren't able to find that offense. And, you know, it was 45-45. You felt like Lackawanna College had some momentum, had fought back to get this thing even, and then just ending the half the way ending the fourth quarter the way they did, 21-5. Harcum, you really, really have to be impressed. That's a big win.
So Lackawanna falls to 7 wins and 8 losses overall. They will be back in action coming up this Sunday. We'll have them on the air this Sunday when they will take on Niagara, 1 p.m. tip-off right here in Scranton.
Yeah, a team they lost to earlier this year, a team that has kind of been nationally ranked in the lower tier of the top 20 or so. So it's not going to be easy. Niagara owns a win over Lackawanna College already this year, and it will not be an easy home game, but it's another chance for them to play a good team. And Coach, they have to turn around and get ready for it. Coming up on Sunday, and with the snow and everything like that, we'll see how the schedules are played, because we know if we're getting snow, it's only going to get worse as they go north up towards Niagara.
Absolutely.
So they'll have to dig themselves out and come down here on Sunday, but we'll see how things will go. But I know Coach Whittington will have her club ready to go. We'll see how the game plays out. But yeah, a matinee for us on Sunday.
Well, we have another game coming up for you here on the LC Fan Network. The LC men will be in action as they will take on Dundalk. The Lions of Dundalk coming in at 8-11. Lackawanna College men 5-11. That's coming up next here on the LC Fan Network. So Harcum is a winner tonight over Lackawanna, 66-50. We will step aside and come back with Game 2 of our doubleheader when we return on the LC Fan Network.